that you need a big established business to get a business credit card? That's just a myth. Today, I'm gonna show you how easy it is to get access to business credit, cash, and perks no matter how small your business is. I've personally used business credit cards to fund my projects, from business ventures and real estate investments to travel. And best of all, this allowed me to rack up points and miles for international flights and cover expenses that I never want showing up on my personal credit report. Thousands of freelancers, side hustlers, and small business owners are doing the same thing. They are using business credit cards without a huge company. And qualifying is way easier than you might think. Even if you're an Uber driver or flipping items on Facebook Marketplace, you already qualify as a business. By the end of this video, you will know exactly how to get a business credit card without an LLC or a lot of revenue. Aside from rewards and flexibility, business credit cards can actually help you protect your personal credit. Say your personal credit card, like this Chase Freedom Flex, has a $5,000 limit, and you've used $2,500. That's a 50% credit utilization, which can actually hurt your personal credit card once it's reported to the credit bureaus. Now, let's just say that you have the Chase Inc. Business Cash with the same $5,000 limit, and you also put $2,500 on that card. Technically, that is still 50% utilization, but here's the key difference. Most business credit cards don't report this information to the credit bureaus. So while personal cards affect your credit score and utilization rate, business credit cards usually don't, which can be a huge advantage. Most of them do not report information to the credit bureaus unless there's some sort of derogatory information. You can even max out your business credit cards, and this will not affect your personal credit utilization. The key reason to get business credit cards is to keep your business and personal finances separate while protecting your personal credit score. If you have a business that requires a lot of upfront capital, you may not get paid until the job is done. If you kept these expenses on a personal card, it would wreck your credit because of high utilization being reported. This would lower your personal credit score and make it more difficult for you to apply for more lines of credit or lending when you need it. Another perfect example was when I was trying to buy an investment property. When I wanted to do a cash out refinance, the mortgage underwriters were very strict and nitpicky about every type of debt on my personal credit report. Since my business credit cards and business debt did not reflect my personal credit profile, they did not count that towards my debt to income ratio. Separating business and personal expenses is a major reason on why business credit cards make so much sense. But that's just one part of what makes business credit cards so powerful. Let's talk about the perks that they offer. Perks that you usually won't find with personal cards. One of the key reasons people get business cards is that many of them offer 0% APR for an initial period, typically 12 to 18 months and sometimes longer. That's like getting a free loan to kickstart your projects, fund your business growth, or handle unexpected expenses without interest piling up. You might have seen ads promoting credit stacking or 0% business funding. All these companies are doing is just applying for business credit cards in a specific sequence to maximize 0% APR credit cards. This strategy is incredibly powerful if you need short-term loans. Imagine being able to access anywhere between $50,000 to $250,000 at 0% interest for 12 months or more. Just make sure that you have a solid plan for how you're gonna use the funds and a repayment strategy, because eventually it will need to be paid back. I've personally used 0% APR business credit cards to fund real estate renovations. I paid contractors with the card, then refinanced when the property was ready, allowing me to pay off the balance interest-free. And the intro 0% APR isn't the only benefit. Many business credit cards offer great welcome bonuses. For instance, the Chase Business Inc. credit cards currently offer anywhere between $750 to $900 after spending $6,000 within the first 3 to 6 billing cycles. Now, whenever you watch this video, just always check with the company's website for the latest details, since offers do often change. These kind of perks are definitely rare on the personal side, especially for cards without an annual fee. And while the spending requirements can be higher, pairing these cards with personal cards is a powerful way to optimize your rewards and managing expenses strategically. And while 0% APR offers and sign-up bonuses are great, business credit cards come with another huge advantage: higher credit limits. This is a must for business owners with larger expenses. Unlike personal cards where limits might cap out quickly, many business cards start off with $25,000 or even higher. I have seen business credit cards that come close to $100,000 just on one card. Now, of course, this depends on the individual and the business, but even if you're just starting your business credit card journey, it's not unusual to get higher limits compared to your personal credit cards. If you were to think about it, businesses tend to have way more expenses than personal accounts. Businesses have expenses for like software, inventory, advertising, payroll, and plenty of other things that cost money to run a business. As individuals, yes, we have expenses like cars and housing, but typically you can't pay for those with a credit card with a few exceptions. Aside from those, we generally use credit cards for dining out, gas, and other shopping habits. Typically, that type of spending cannot match business spending, and credit card issuers and lenders understand this. Since these type of cards offer higher credit limits, there's really no negative impact on your personal credit since they are not generally reported to the credit bureaus. Instead of messing up your personal credit utilization, having available business credit cards help manage your finances better. If all of these perks sound amazing, you're probably wondering how to get started. Before jumping into applications, let's go over a few things that will set you up for success. Most of the best business credit cards out there will require a personal guarantee. That means that if your business can't pay, you're personally on the hook. There are some that may do a soft inquiry on your personal credit when you apply, but these are rare. Some examples are the GM Business MasterCard or the Capital on Tap credit card. Other cards that may fall into this category will generally take a look at your business as a whole, including your banking transactions, liquidity, and documentation. A lot of the major issuers that require a personal guarantee rarely ask for more documentation or proof of income. And this is a good thing, especially if you don't have a business all set in place. While most business credit cards require a personal guarantee, if you are looking for a way to avoid that risk, the Revenue Business Card might be exactly what you need. With Revenue, your approval is based on your business's revenue, not your personal credit score, so there's no personal guarantee required. If you have an operational business with at least $10,000 in monthly deposits, Revenue can be a game changer, allowing you to access business funding within 24 hours without impacting your personal credit. There's no annual fees, no application fees, and no draw fees. Plus, they will report to the business credit bureaus to help you build business credit. Check the link down in the description or this QR code to learn more. To improve your chances of getting high limits and the best business credit cards, here's a quick checklist to help you get prepared. Check these off and you will be in great shape to qualify. First is your credit score. Aim for a credit score of at least 680, though 720 plus is ideal for the best rates and higher limits. For example, if your score is around 720 or higher, you're in an excellent position. If your score is 580, then it's gonna need some work. 2 is to limit hard inquiries. Keep hard inquiries to fewer than 4 per bureau in the past 4 months. Inquiries have the most impact within the first 12 months, especially recent ones, which can pull your score down. Some lenders are more sensitive on recent inquiries than others, so that's something that you have to be mindful about. 3 is to clean your credit history. No negative accounts like collections, late payments, or bankruptcies that are less than 4 years old. After 4 years, they have less of an impact on your score, but if you do have derogatories, consider using my DIY software, Credit Rehab Pro, to help you dispute them. All you gotta do is just link your report and the software will generate the letter that you will need. The link will be up here, or you can just scan the QR code to get started. 4 is to make sure that you have enough personal credit accounts. It is recommended to have at least 3 to 5 personal credit accounts like credit cards, loans, or mortgages. If you are new to credit, building up your personal credit profile for about 2 years is ideal before you start applying for business credit. 5 is to have at least one card with at least a $5,000 limit. So if you don't have a card that has this yet, then you can watch my video up here to learn how to increase your credit limit. 6 is to get an EIN number. While this is not required, having an EIN number is highly recommended. An EIN number is like a social security number, but for your business. And you can get one even without a formal business entity. With an EIN number and a social security number, you can apply for 2 of the same credit cards under each ID and even double up on the welcome bonuses. I have done this multiple times with the Chase Business Inc. cards on multiple businesses. Now let's go over how to get an EIN. If you already have one, then feel free to skip this step. But if not, I highly recommend getting an EIN so you can access more business credit cards. First, head over to the IRS's website. A simple Google search like EIN IRS will show you the correct link. Just make sure that it ends with a .gov to confirm that it is the official site. Now you gotta note that you can only apply for an EIN number between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, even though the whole process is electronic. Once on the page, review the instructions and then click apply online now. This will take you to the application portal where you will see a note that the session will time out after 15 minutes of inactivity, so stay engaged to avoid starting over. Once you complete the application, you will receive the EIN instantly. Make sure to save it right away. Take a screenshot or write it down, since getting it later will require calling the IRS. Now, once ready, click the begin application button. If you're applying with your social security number only, then choose sole proprietor and continue. You will see a brief description of what a sole proprietor is, which just means that you are a business owner and you haven't set up a formal entity like an LLC. Select continue once more to confirm this choice. choice. On the next page, select started a new business as the reason why you're applying. Then enter your personal information, including your first and last name, social security number, or ITIN, and confirm that you're the individual applying. From this point, I can't show you the next screen since I already have an EIN number, but I'll guide you through the next steps. Step 3 is just to enter your business address. Using your home address is perfectly fine. You don't need to have a separate business address. Step 4 will just ask you for more business related details. For example, it will ask if your business is involved in industries like gambling, trucking, etc. Select the option that best matches your type of business or how you plan to earn income. Once you receive this part, then you should receive your EIN number instantly. Again, I must reiterate, write this number down because if you lose it, it will be a hassle to contact the IRS to get it. Now, let's go over how to apply for a business credit card. I will use the Chase Inc. business credit card in this example since it is one of my top recommendations. After you click apply, the first section will ask you for your title within your business. So most likely you're a sole proprietor, so simply select owner. The next part is your personal details, including identification, address, and contact information. This part should feel very similar to applying for a personal credit card, so I'm gonna skip through that. When you reach the financial info, it will ask for your total gross income. This can include income from your business and other sources like a W-2 job if you have one. If you live with family or have shared expenses, you can also include that support as part of your income as well. Remember, this is based off the honor system, so try to keep it as accurate as possible. Next, under business structure, select sole proprietor if you're using your SSN or EIN that you created earlier. You can use your own legal name as a business name. If you have a DBA, which is doing business as, you can enter it here, but using your name is perfectly fine. For the number of employees, just enter 0 if it's just you. Then you can enter your business tax ID, whether this is your EIN number or social security number, whichever you're using. For your primary business address, just feel free to use your home address if you don't have a separate business location. For the business contact info section, you can just use your personal phone number. Moving on to business financials, enter the date that you started your business. For annual business revenue, you can just use projections if you haven't started earning money yet. For example, if you expect to make $2,000 a month in a pressure washing side hustle, it is reasonable to estimate that your annual revenue will be $24,000. Next, just fill in your estimated monthly spend based on your business needs. For example, if your projected revenue is $24,000 annually, set a monthly spend that aligns realistically with that amount, like $500. Your business classification can be a bit tricky as you will need to select the best option that best matches your industry. Certain industries like finance, gambling, and debt collection will be considered higher risk. However, if you're a consultant, driver, service provider like a pressure washer, you can find a suitable option. For example, I would choose professional services, then other professional services as both the business type and subtype. From there, the rest should look like a regular application. Choose the statement preferences, review the terms, then click submit. So whatever your goals are with business credit cards, whether it is bonuses or the intro 0% APRs, this will determine which credit cards that you should apply for. Now, here are a couple of my favorites. There are the Chase Business Inc. Unlimited or cash credit cards. Both of these cards have 0 annual fee and they usually have pretty nice sign-up offers. The same goes for the American Express Blue Business Cash or Plus cards. Now, the welcome offers on these are generally not that high, but you usually can get a pretty good intro APR. So let's go over some commonly asked questions. You might be thinking, what if I don't get approved right away? Or what if I get denied? Good news is that you got options. Here's what to expect and how to increase your chances. Usually it goes one of two ways. First, if you're denied, you'll receive an adverse action letter through the mail or through a secure message. This letter is helpful because it shows you exactly why you're denied, giving you a clear blueprint on what to work on for future applications. The other possibility is that your application goes to a manual underwriter. Sometimes you just need more information or clarification, so keep an eye out for a follow-up letter or a call to confirm that you are approved. If you still don't get approved, don't worry, you can always call the reconsideration line. But before you do, just make sure that all of your information is accurate and that you're ready to answer a few questions. They will likely ask why you need a business credit card and what are your plans to use it. So have a solid, honest answer prepared. Mentioning that you want to keep your business and personal finances separate is usually a good approach. Earlier, I talked about how separating your finances and using perks like 0% APR can make your business credit cards a game changer for reaching your goals. But if your credit profile isn't optimized, getting approved for these cards with high limits can be tough. So check out this video over here where I break down how to build the ideal credit profile to qualify for the best business cards.